Hello there, and welcome. If you are reading this, you have likely already embarked on the beautiful journey of understanding your own human design. You have probably spent time with your chart, marveling at the intricate story it tells about your unique energy. You may know your type, your strategy, and your authority. Perhaps you have explored your defined and open centers, your channels, and the specific wisdom of your gates. This knowledge is profoundly personal and empowering. It gives you a language for your inner world and a strategy for navigating life with less resistance and more authenticity. You are learning to honor your energy, make decisions that are correct for you, and love the person you were truly designed to be, which is a magnificent first step. But life is rarely lived in complete isolation. We are social beings, woven into the fabric of families, friendships, and work teams. Have you ever noticed how your energy feels different when you are with certain groups of people? You might feel more energized, more drained, more creative, or more scattered depending on who is in the room with you. This is not just your imagination. When we come together, something truly magical happens. Our individual energies combine to create a new, shared energetic field. This collective energy has its own rules, its own purpose, and its own unique design. It's a layer of understanding that goes beyond our individual charts and invites us to see our relationships in a whole new light. This is where the real adventure continues. Once we understand ourselves, we can begin to understand how we function within the dynamics of our most important groups. The study of human design doesn't stop with the individual. It expands to beautifully illustrate the energetic mechanics of our relationships. We can start to ask bigger questions. Why does our family have certain recurring challenges? Why does one team at work feel so productive and another feel so stuck? The answers often lie not just in the individuals, but in the energetic entity they create together. This next layer of human design is called the Penta, and it is the key to unlocking the secrets of our family and small group dynamics. So, take a deep breath and get ready to expand your awareness. We are about to move from the me to the we. This exploration will not only deepen your understanding of human design, but will also offer you profound, practical insights into the people you share your life with. It is a journey that promises greater compassion, more effective collaboration, and a deeper sense of connection within your most cherished groups. You have already learned how to honor your own design. Now, let's learn how to honor the design of your family. It is a path toward creating more harmony, joy, and success for everyone involved, simply by understanding the energy you create together. When you stand alone, you are a complete energetic system. Your human design chart is your personal blueprint, a perfect map of the life force that flows through you. It details your innate strengths, your potential wisdom, and your unique way of interacting with the world. This individual energy is consistent and reliable. It is the core of who you are. However, the moment you step into a room with 2, 3, or 4 other people, something fascinating occurs. A new energetic field materializes, one that is completely separate from the individuals within it. This is the trans-auric form we call a penta. It is a collective energy field with its own distinct purpose and its own way of operating. Think of it like this. You can study hydrogen and you can study oxygen. You can know everything about their individual properties. But when you put them together in the right combination, you get water, a completely new substance with properties that neither hydrogen nor oxygen possess on their own. The penta is like that water. It is not just a simple sum of the people in the group. It is a new entity that emerges from their combined auras. This new entity, the Penta, has a very specific job. Its primary function is to ensure the survival, well-being, and material success of the group. It is the energetic glue that holds a family or a small team together and drives it forward. This group energy is fundamentally different from your individual energy. While your personal chart is about your unique life path and self-expression, the Penta is all about the group's functionality. It doesn't care about your personal feelings or your individual spiritual journey. Its focus is purely practical and material. The Penta is concerned with questions like, is there a roof over our heads? Is there food on the table? Are we working together efficiently? Can we build a stable foundation for the future? This is why you can be a highly creative and spontaneous person on your own, but feel more structured or even restricted when you are with your family. You are being influenced by the Penta's agenda. Understanding this distinction is the first step to releasing a tremendous amount of personal pressure and judgment. It's not that you are losing yourself in the group, It's that you are contributing to, and being influenced by, a larger energetic field. This field has its own needs and its own voice, which can sometimes override our individual inclinations. The beauty of human design is that it allows us to see this invisible force. It makes the intangible tangible. By learning about the Penta, we can finally understand why our family has the dynamic it does, and we can begin to work with that energy instead of unknowingly struggling against it. The Penta is a very specific kind of trans-auric form. It only comes into existence when a group of 3, 4, or 5 people are together. 2 people form a partnership, which has its own unique dynamic, but it is not a Penta. Once a third person joins, the energy shifts dramatically. The auric field changes, and the Penta is born. It grows stronger with a 4th person, and reaches its full, most stable potential with 5. If a 6th person enters the room, the Penta breaks apart, and the dynamic shifts again, often splitting into 2 smaller groups, or becoming a more complex, less cohesive energy we call a Wei. This is why small families and small teams have such a distinct and powerful bond. The sole purpose of the Penta is to create a cohesive, functioning unit. It pulls the individuals together and organizes their energies to serve the group's collective needs. Its primary goal is material security and the continuation of the group. Think about the traditional family unit. Its core function is to provide a safe home, raise children, and create a stable foundation in the world. This is the Penta in action. It's the force that encourages teamwork, shared resources, and a sense of belonging. It operates through an invisible energetic field that influences how everyone in the group thinks, feels, and behaves when they are together, creating a shared direction and purpose. This drive for cohesion is incredibly powerful. The Penta wants to be complete and functional. It will pull on the energy of the people within it to try and fill any gaps in its structure. This is a crucial point to understand. If the group is missing a particular energetic quality, the Penta will put pressure on the people in the group to be that quality, even if it's not natural for them. For example, if the family Penta is missing the energy for consistent direction, one person might feel a constant, stressful pressure to be the leader and make all the plans, even if they are not designed for that role. This is not a personal failing. It is the Penta trying to get its needs met. This understanding can bring so much relief. It explains why you might feel you have to play a certain role in your family that feels inauthentic or draining. It's not you, and it's not them. It's the dynamic of the Penta itself. When we can see the Penta chart for our family, we can identify these areas of pressure. We can see where the group energy is strong and where it is weak. This awareness allows us to stop blaming ourselves or others. Instead, we can have a conscious conversation about the roles we play and find healthier ways to manage the group's needs without sacrificing our individual well-being and authenticity. To understand how a Penta operates, we need to look at a simplified version of the Human Design body graph. The Penta doesn't use all 9 centers like an individual chart does. Instead, it is only concerned with a specific circuit of energy that flows through just 3 centers: the throat center, the G center, also known as the identity center, and the sacral center. These 3 centers form the structural core of the Penta and represent its primary areas of focus. They are the engine room of the family or small group, determining how it expresses itself, what its shared identity is, and how it generates the energy to get things done in the world. The throat center in the Penta is all about the group's collective voice and its ability to manifest. It represents how the family communicates its needs to the outside world and how it demonstrates its success. Is this a family that speaks with a unified voice? Does it have a clear message? The throat center shows the potential for the group to express its purpose and take action. A defined throat in a Penta chart suggests a group that has a consistent and reliable way of making things happen. An open throat might indicate a group that is more flexible in its expression, but may struggle to find a consistent voice or direction for action. The G center, or identity center, is the heart of the Penta's shared identity and direction. This is where the group's sense of self resides. It answers the question, who are we as a family? It governs the group's values, its sense of place in the world, and its overall trajectory. A defined G center gives the family a strong, fixed identity and a clear sense of its path. This can create a feeling of stability and belonging. An undefined G center suggests a family that is more adaptable in its identity, and may explore many different directions, but it can also lead to a feeling of being lost or lacking a solid core sense of us. Finally, the sacral center is the powerhouse of the Penta. It is the life force energy, the engine that drives the group forward. The sacral center provides the sustainable energy for work, for building, and for ensuring the material well-being of the group. It is pure generative power. When this center is defined in a Penta, the family has a powerful and consistent source of energy to build its life and achieve its goals. If it is undefined, the group does not have that same sustainable energy source. This doesn't mean the group is doomed. It simply means it must be very wise about how it uses its energy, and must incorporate regular rest and renewal to avoid burnout. Flowing between the throat, G, and sacral centers are 12 specific gates that define the themes of the Penta's experience. These 12 gates, represent the fundamental questions and functions that every family or small group must address to be successful and cohesive. Each gate carries a specific energetic flavor, and whether these gates are activated by the people in the group really determines the family's inherent strengths and potential challenges. Think of these gates as the different departments within the family business, each responsible for a crucial aspect of the group's life. When people with these gates come together, they define that part of the Penta's functionality. So, let's look at some of these themes. The channel connecting the G center to the sacral, which is the 15-5, is about the group's rhythm and flow. Gate 5 is about fixed rhythms, traditions, and daily routines. Does your family have a set dinner time? Do you have weekly rituals? Now, Gate 15 is about embracing diverse rhythms and being adaptable. Together, they create a flow that balances routine with flexibility. Another key theme is found in the channel of discovery, which is 4629. Gate 29 is the energy for saying yes to commitments, and Gate 46 is about the love of the body and succeeding through serendipity. This channel gives a family the energy to commit to experiences and trust the process of life. The connection from the G center to the throat speaks to the group's direction and expression. For example, Gate 2 in the G center is the seat of the driver, providing the fundamental direction for the family. Where are we going? Gate 14 in the sacral center provides the fuel, the resources, and the work energy to power that direction. A family with this connection, the 214, often has a strong capacity for generating wealth and moving in a successful direction. Gate 13, in the G center, is the gate of the listener, the keeper of family stories and secrets. It asks, what have we learned from our past? Gate 33, in the throat, is the voice of that history, sharing the lessons learned. Other gates deal with foundational aspects of family life. Gate 46, as mentioned, is about the physical body and the home as the temple of the family. Is our home a place of sanctuary and well-being? Gate 1 in the G center is about creative self-expression. How does this family express its unique identity? Gate 8, its harmonic gate in the throat, is about contributing that uniqueness to the world. Each of these 12 gates tells a piece of the story. By looking at which gates are brought by the family members, we can see the full picture of the family's energetic makeup and understand its natural way of being. When you overlay the charts of 3 to 5 family members, you create a composite chart called a pentagraph. This chart instantly reveals the energetic landscape of your family unit. It shows you which of the 12 key penta gates are activated and which channels are defined. The defined channels are your family's inherent strengths. These are the areas where your group functions naturally and effortlessly. For example, if your family penta has a defined channel between the sacral and G center, you likely have a powerful, consistent rhythm and flow. You may find it easy to establish routines and work together in a harmonious way without even trying. These defined areas are where your family shines. It's the energy that feels reliable and constant when you are all together. A family with the 214 defined might be naturally good with money and building resources. A family with the 1333 might be wonderful storytellers who learn from their shared history and pass down wisdom. Recognizing these strengths is a beautiful thing. It allows you to appreciate what your family does well and to lean into those natural talents. It's the energetic signature of your group, the foundation upon which your collective life is built. It's important to celebrate these areas and understand them as the core of your family's power. However, just as important as the strengths are the gaps. Gaps are the gates and channels in the Penta that are not activated by anyone in the group. These are the open areas in your family's energetic blueprint. It is crucial to understand that these gaps are not flaws or problems to be fixed. They are simply areas where the group does not have consistent, reliable energy. For instance, a family Penta without Gate 7 defined, the gate of the leader's role for the future, might struggle with long-term planning or agreeing on a future direction. This isn't because someone is failing to lead, it's because the inherent energy for that function isn't present in the group dynamic. This is where the Penta can create pressure and tension. The Penta wants to be whole, so it will put pressure on the people in the group to fill these gaps. Someone in the family with the open Gate 7 might feel an intense and stressful burden to be the planner, even if it exhausts them. They are being conditioned by the Penta's need. By identifying these gaps, you can depersonalize the struggle. You can see that the tension isn't a personal failing, but an impersonal, energetic mechanic. This awareness allows the family to have compassion and to find new, conscious strategies to navigate these areas, rather than falling into patterns of blame and resentment. One of the most profound lessons that human design, and specifically the study of the Penta, teaches us is to let go of comparison. As humans, we have a deep-seated tendency to look at other families or groups and measure ourselves against them. We see the seemingly perfect family next door, the one that seems so organized, so successful, so happy, and we wonder, why can't we be like that? This constant comparison is a source of immense suffering. It creates feelings of inadequacy, judgment, and pressure within our own family unit. We try to force our family to be something it is not designed to be, which only leads to resistance and disharmony. Ra Uru Hu, the founder of the Human Design System, spoke often about the danger of this mindset, especially in relation to the gaps in a Penta. He explained that we are conditioned to see these open areas as problems that need to be fixed. Society tells us that every family should be good at planning, should have clear traditions, and should present a unified voice to the world. So when our family Penta has a gap in one of these areas, we feel like we are failing. We might blame our partner, our children, or ourselves for this perceived lack, creating a cycle of negativity that is deeply damaging to the family bond. The truth that the Penta reveals is that every family is designed to be different. Your family's unique configuration of strengths and gaps is its perfection. The gaps are not mistakes. They are areas where the family is designed to be open, flexible, and potentially wise. Forcing your family to operate like another family is like trying to force a fish to climb a tree. It goes against its very nature. The family you admire may have a defined channel for organization, like the 515, making it naturally easy for them. If your family doesn't have that, trying to copy their methods will only lead to frustration and burnout. Understanding your family's Penta is the ultimate permission slip to stop comparing. It allows you to see in black and white that your family has its own unique energetic blueprint. You can finally let go of the shoulds and embrace what is. You can honor your family's natural strengths and have compassion for the areas that are challenging. This shift in perspective is liberating. It moves the focus from fixing what is wrong to appreciating what is unique. It allows you to work with your family's design, not against it, fostering a new level of acceptance and love for the beautiful, imperfect, and unique dynamic that you all create together. Once you can see your family's Penta chart, you hold the key to transforming its dynamic from one of unconscious pressure to one of conscious presence. The awareness itself is the catalyst for change. Simply knowing where the gaps are in your family's energetic field can release years of built-up tension, blame, and guilt. When a parent understands that the family's lack of consistent routines isn't due to laziness, but to an undefined channel 515, they can stop nagging and start a conversation. They can ask, how can we, as a group, consciously create the structure we need without it feeling forced? This process begins with depersonalizing the issues. The challenges your family faces are often not about any one individual's flaws, but about the impersonal mechanics of the group aura. That persistent feeling of being stuck might be a Penta with an undefined throat center. The constant arguments about money might stem from gaps around gate 14 or 2. Seeing it on the chart allows everyone to take a step back and observe the dynamic without judgment. It shifts the conversation from, "What's wrong with you?" to "Look at what happens when we are all together. How can we support this energy?" This creates a space for teamwork instead of conflict. With this awareness, you can develop practical strategies to support your family's unique design. If your family Penta has an open sacral center, it means you don't have a sustainable source of group energy. The solution isn't to push harder, it's to consciously build in rest. This could mean scheduling quiet weekends, ensuring everyone has alone time to decompress, or being very selective about group commitments. If there's a gap in the area of direction, like gate 2 or 7, the family can agree to have more formal meetings to discuss plans, rather than expecting a leader to magically emerge and handle everything. This conscious approach strengthens family bonds in a profound way. When family members feel seen and understood for who they are, rather than being pressured to be something they are not, trust and intimacy deepen. Children in a family with a defined Penta identity, G center, feel a strong sense of belonging. In a family with an open G center, parents can consciously work to create that sense of identity through shared experiences and open dialogue. By honoring the design, you create an environment where every member can thrive, both as an individual and as part of the group. The pressure dissolves and is replaced by a supportive and loving presence. In the end, the journey into your family's Penta is a journey back to love and acceptance. It is the ultimate recognition that your family, exactly as it is uniquely and perfectly designed. There is no such thing as a good or bad Penta chart. There are only different designs, each with its own set of beautiful strengths and its own areas for potential wisdom and growth. Your family's energetic blueprint is not something to be judged or fixed, but something to be understood, honored, and embraced. It is the secret map to creating more harmony, success, and joy in your shared life. By embracing this knowledge, you empower everyone in the family to be their authentic selves. You create a space where individual differences are not only tolerated, but celebrated as essential contributions to the whole. The person who brings the energy of routine is just as valuable as the person who brings the energy of spontaneity. The family member who provides the drive and resources is just as crucial as the one who holds the family stories. Understanding the Penta allows you to see how each person's design weaves together to create the unique tapestry of your family. You stop trying to change each other and start appreciating the role each person plays. The practical application of this wisdom is what makes it so transformative. It moves human design from an intellectual concept into a living, breathing practice within your home. It informs how you communicate, how you make decisions as a group, and how you support one another. It gives you a shared language for your experiences. Imagine being able to say, "Our family Penta is feeling a lot of pressure in the throat today. Let's take a break from trying to make a big decision." This level of awareness fosters incredible compassion and prevents so much unnecessary conflict and misunderstanding. It is a gift of presence you give to one another. So I encourage you to be curious. Explore the energy you create together. Look at your family dynamic not as a set of problems, but as a fascinating energetic puzzle. Every family has a unique flow, a unique rhythm, and a unique purpose. The Human Design Penta is simply the tool that makes this invisible flow visible. By using this tool with awareness and love, you can unlock a deeper level of connection, release old patterns of pressure, and consciously co-create a family life that is more authentic, harmonious, and fulfilling for everyone. Your family's unique design is its greatest strength. Embrace it.